Guys, Chris Collects Things back again. How you doing? Happy Pokemon Day to all. I just got finished watching the Pokemon Day Pokemon Presents, and I'm going to give you guys my initial thoughts. So hang in there, and we're going to discuss everything that was covered and what we think was missing and what we hoped would be there. So let's get into it. So it was 9 a.m. Eastern Standard Time for me personally. I think 6 a.m. for you West Coasters out there. So you had to wake up early for this. So yeah, it started with this, the first news, well, besides this creepy looking Pikachu kind of that moved and whatever. I don't know. Comment if you thought it was a little creepy. I did basically. But so yeah, the first news was really the Pokemon World Championships. I think they're in Japan for the first time. So yeah, Yokohama, Japan. I think that's been a location in Pokemon Go for a Go Fest. Correct me if I'm wrong there. So yeah, that doesn't really do much for me personally, other than yeah, that's cool. I mean, I'm not an avid player of the Pokemon trading card game, just mostly a collector at this point. But hey, maybe in the future I will, but I doubt I'll ever be a world champion there. So yeah, that really didn't do much for me. Then the next was also like a Netflix show, I think, that's coming out. It's called Pokemon Concierge. So concierge is what, like a bellhop or someone at like a hotel, someone in hospitality, I guess, for lack of a better word. Yeah, that really doesn't do much for me either. I haven't watched any of the Netflix shows. I've been meaning to do a watch of the remake of the Pokemon, the first movie, although I heard it's not as good as the original. The artwork style is different, obviously, but yeah. I mean, I don't know, maybe I'll check this out. Comment below if you want me to check this out. Maybe I could do a little watch along or something in the future. What was up next? Yeah, Pokemon Unite. So that game, I don't know if it's mobile or if it's just on the Switch. I might have played it like once. I didn't get really into it, honestly. So the news here was that Zacian is joining Unite. I guess Zacian from Sword and Shield, one of the legendaries, I guess wasn't in the game, and now it's going to be in the game. So if you're a player of Unite, that excites you, I guess. It wasn't big enough on This Is Nintendo Life.com because they kind of had a nice little synopsis of what was going on as it was happening to remind me of what happened here. Then the next thing, they made this food here with this Wiglet and whatever. So I guess Pokemon Cafe Remix. Paldea Star is available to join Pokemon Cafe Remix. Again, another game. I don't know if this is a mobile only game or if this is a Switch game or both. I don't play this game. It looks to be a cooking game of sorts with Pokemon. If you're into that sort of thing, I don't know if it's like Cooking Mama or whatever, like one of those Sims where you cook things. So again, so far this didn't really do much for me. Yeah, 905 Pokemon Trading Card Game Classic announced. So I don't know if this is going in the way like WoW Classic came out. I don't play WoW, but I have friends that play WoW, and they got really hyped for WoW Classic. I mean, I know this is in-person versus video game. It's not like a replaying of the Pokemon Trading Card game on the Game Boy, which is going to be coming out for the Nintendo Switch Online. And I'll talk more about that later, what was glaringly missed, and I'm not sure why, and I know a lot of people are hyped for it, but that's usually what happens with these things in like the Nintendo Direct, so I'm not surprised. I was kind of hoping it would come in at the end, and I'll talk about that in a little bit. But the Trading Card Game Classic was announced, so they had this cool video. If I can find it, I'll put up a clip while I'm talking about it. And it was like these people, and they looked like these high-class people, and they come in with this like super premium-looking box. They open it up, and it's like, oh, it's a Battlefield. Everything's black and white, nice and sleek. And then they're playing the game, and they have these cool little damage counters. They almost like they almost look like what slimes from like Final Fantasy, or like with the little spiky head. I believe it's Final Fantasy, or is it Dragon Warrior? I don't know. Comment below if you know what I'm talking about. But whatever, there's that slime, that blue character. I don't know why I think it's Final Fantasy. I think it's Dragon Quest. Sorry, those are games I've never played. I'm not a big Final Fantasy guy either, so I haven't played a lot of those. Probably should, but I own a few, but have not really played them. So, but anyways, those are those cool looking damage cards. But in the video, like they're having like an epic battle, and like the cards they're showing you the base set Venusaur, base set Charizard, which we've already seen with the celebration set, 25th anniversary set. So, but it was missing like the 25th anniversary logo. So I think I heard like rumblings of this coming up in the future. Somebody was saying like around July. I don't know where, if it was Poke Beach or whatever, but they're going to have another classic set coming out sometime this year. And it looks like, I wonder if it's going to be the entire base set. This we don't know about, like, or some of the good cards from the base set, like Jungle Fossil. I don't know, you name it. Are they going to re-release everything to play? Like, that gets me excited because obviously it's a big money maker for them because, well, you get the base set Charizard, so another chance for you to chase the base set Charizards. I know me personally, I pulled 3 during celebrations, but I also went ham on that set, so makes a lot of sense. But if they're bringing back the classic cards, it almost makes me want to play. I know, like, collectability wise, like, it's kind of hard to roll out a Charizard there, but I'm hyped for this. I wish I had more news. I wish they had more information about this news, but I guess it's just a little teaser out there, and I guess they said they would explain more at the Pokemon World Championship, so I guess we'll have to wait till, I think that's August, to find out what happens with that. So I guess that kind of like coincides with, or I mean, gets in the way of a possible July release date for that classic set, but I guess time will tell. But yeah, I'm pretty amped for that. Can make an old Haymaker deck or something. Could be a lot of fun. Definitely collecting wise. That's more reason to collect base set cards. Maybe that brings XY evolutions down a little bit. Probably not. But hey, good news. The next thing they announced was a 9/13. It was a Pokemon Masters EX now, celebrating 3.5 years. This looked like a mobile game. I honestly didn't hear about it. I'm not really sure what it is. Didn't really interest me. I mean, at first, like, they started the thing and they showed like clips from Black and White, and I was like, oh, they're gonna announce a Black and White remakes. I don't know if they were intentionally trying to do that to like swerve people or not, but I saw, oh, Black and White remakes are coming. So I mean, they just came out with Diamond and Pearl remakes, so the next Gen 5 would make sense to be coming out. But no, it was just Pokemon Masters EX. Again, doesn't really interest me as much, but if you're into that, I guess they're bringing in some Galar trainers. Like, you have Hop, who looks like Leon, and what's Beatty or whatever, and obviously Marnie. Everybody's a Marnie person, so I guess get hyped for that. The next one was interesting. I remember hearing rumors about this before. Pokemon Sleep is finally announced to be coming out. Essentially it looks like an app on your phone and a companion thing, which I'm going to talk about in a little bit, where it basically just tracks your sleep, and I guess you can catch different types of Pokemon or whatever based on your sleep styles. I don't know how much interest I'll have in that. I mean, I'll probably try it, like, just for fun, but like, I could see myself using that for like a week or something and then just getting bored of it and like never using it again. But I don't know, comment below. But I guess it's going to have integrations. Like, I don't know if they're trying to like, oh yeah, it integrates with Pokemon Go. Because like, if you, and I'm going to talk more about that. If you use in Pokemon Go, you can catch a sleeping Snorlax, like a Snorlax with like a white and blue sleep cap. So I guess, again, it's all right. Like, yeah, I'm not like hyped for it, but like, yeah, I'll check it out probably for a little bit and then probably get bored of it. That's kind of what I predict. So yeah, there's the logo there, Pokemon Sleep. Snorlax's first game, I guess, as like the cover Pokemon. It's designed to help you look forward to waking up in the morning. I mean, coffee kind of does that for me, but whatever. This is an actual thing that exists. So yeah, then they also announced, like, they had this little circular thing, probably about the size like a hockey puck or something, and it was called Pokemon Go Plus Plus, which is like, hey, wasn't that like the service for all the Pokemon Go players, I guess, 3 or 4 years ago. Like there, I think it was called Go Plus Plus was like the side app you could like download, and like basically that's how you could like spoof around the world. And then it got like shot down, lawsuits and whatnot. And yeah, but Go Plus Plus was kind of the height of that. So I think it's kind of funny that they stole the name of Go Plus Plus basically. To be a Pokemon Go Plus Plus thing, and with integration in Sleep. So I guess they're like, oh, Pikachu is inside this little puck, and basically like when you wake up you push the button and it says Pika Pika, and like you go to sleep and it says the same thing. And I guess it kind of, the more you sleep and the more you use it, I guess like its happiness grows. Like I don't know, it sounds like that Gen 2 mechanic, whatever. So evolve Pokemon via happiness or whatever. I don't know what it really gets you there, but they did announce again. Go Plus Plus is kind of behind, because I mean, if you have, I had like one of these things, what was it, a gacha or whatever, that like I don't use it anymore, because I'll make a video on this, like why I'm sick of Pokemon Go, because like I just don't care about it anymore. It just became such a grind. I was just so tired of it, so I'm gonna make a video about that in the future. But yeah, it's like, oh, not only can you use Pokeballs, like I think there was an original Pokemon Go Plus where it was like a similar idea, like you push the button, like I think it would like blink like green or something if a Pokemon or Pokestop was nearby, but you had to like physically push the button for it to work. Whereas like the gacha, and then there was one that looked like an egg. I don't remember what that one was called, so comment below if you remember. Those were just like auto, like when I was deep in the game, like in your grinding, I know against the roll you get banned, whatever. But yeah, like that could get all the stops, because like I'm not in a heavy populated area. So like I don't have many stops or whatever, so like I used to have to use that like going to and from work before COVID, like to collect stops so I could have enough Pokeballs and have to keep spending money to buy virtual Pokeballs basically to play the game. So yeah, it doesn't sound like it's going to be as good as that. Like you still have to tap the button. The only thing that was intriguing is like, oh, not only Pokeballs, but you can use Great Balls and Ultra Balls. So the thing of the gotchas and all that is, it would only use your Pokeballs. When you're out of Pokeballs, it didn't move on to your Great Balls or Ultra Balls like this one can. But I think you still have to push the button, so you got to be paying attention to it. So it's like I'm like holding around everywhere with like a little thing, like I'm counting people going in a gate for like the movie theater or something, like trying to. It's like, no, I'm not. I'm just gonna use the gacha, but whatever. So yeah, that's coming out in middle of July 14th. So they moved on to Scarlet and Violet, and they announced 2 new Paradox Pokemon. So I haven't gotten that far in Violet. Again, check out my playthrough Let's Play of Pokemon Violet right now. I'm not very far. I only have 1 badge. I don't even think I posted that video yet, because editing those is not that fun, to be honest with you. Playing it is, though, so I want to get back into playing it. But I've been sidetracked with a playthrough of Pokemon Gold 97, and I will probably do a video reviewing that once I'm done with it anyways. But that's basically, it's a Gen 2, and it was from the data leak, the data mine or whatever, that big Nintendo one a couple of years ago. And somebody made a ROM about it, but I actually have the physical cartridge. Like I got this on like Instagram, actually. Game Duck out of the UK makes them. But yeah, it's basically has a lot of different Pokemon in it from Gen 2 that were like concepts that were supposed to be there. And you can see why a lot of them were canceled or reused later on and repurposed or whatever. So that's taken up a lot of my free time from Pokemon Violet and streaming it. So, but yeah, so I guess they announced 2 new Paradox Pokemon. I went on that tangent because I haven't seen any Paradox yet. But so Walking Wake is a water dragon. It basically looks like a dragon Suicune. So that one's kind of interesting, but that's in Scarlet, which I don't have. So that intrigues me more than Iron Leafs. Grass Psychic. It's a Verizon Wireless over there. But it just looks like a robot version. That's less interesting. It looks literally the same to me. Maybe colored a little different, and it's like metal. But the prehistoric Suicune looks way cooler, so I guess I should have went with Scarlet. Although I like Miraidon in Violet, so there's that. Scarlet and Violet Pokemon Go integration is coming soon. Pokemon Go integration, they're all going to be on Pokemon Home eventually, as predicted. They're still working on that. So the last thing they announced was DLC. Like, this is the last video, and you're like, okay, they're going to announce it, guys. It's going to be it. Pokemon Red, Blue, and Yellow is going to be on the Game Boy app. And coming soon, Game Boy Advance, fire red, leaf green, emerald, ruby, and sapphire, but nope, they didn't announce that yet. I still think it's going to happen. There's just so much evidence out there. Check out the 2 videos I have doing it. I will post cards above, one of which I had evidence from Mr. Austin John Plays that trading is possible, which makes sense because the ROMs could do that on computers, different Android, whatever, Windows devices, iOS devices, you can make that work. So it's inevitably going to happen, just not right now. It would have been a nice time for them to do that, but I don't know. Maybe they're polishing it a little more. Who knows? We want it to be right when it comes out, so I don't mind waiting a little longer. But that's what everybody was really hoping for. But we wait on. Again, maybe they're waiting. Maybe they're milking it for 1 more month so the 3DS store shuts down. So then people can't. Oh, people gotta buy. It makes sense. You gotta have the scarcity. You got 1 month to buy Pokemon Red, Blue, Yellow, Gold, Silver, and Crystal 1 more time on the 3DS before they go away. Even though you could use hacks and put them on a modified 3DS anyways, or I can just play it on my laptop if I want to, but don't tell them that. The ninjas will come in and get me, but whatever. So yeah, anyway, that's probably why they're waiting, and I expected sometime in the future, but I guess it wasn't today that it was happening, as people have noticed. But seriously, it still happened. I still think it's 99% possible. So yeah, the last thing they announced was the hidden treasure of Area Zero, so DLC for Pokemon Scarlet and Violet. I believe this is the first DLC, correct me if I'm wrong. It would be available for purchase after so probably right now. I'm filming this at 9:50 this morning, so the direct Pokemon Presents, sorry, ended like 20 minutes ago. But yeah, it said like basically there's 2 parts. It says there's the teal mask. So this looks like Decidueye a little bit. Or I don't know, man. This is a Paradox Pokemon or whatever this is. This is coming fall 2023. And then the Indigo Disc, winter 2023. So I'm assuming it's going to be like, what, 15, 20 bucks for this Area Zero DLC, and then come out in 2 separate parts throughout the rest of the year. So I guess that's something to gotta try to beat the game so I can actually play that, because I didn't play the Sword and Shield DLC. So yeah, shame on me for that. So that was it. I was wondering if there would be like a little extra credits thing and be like red, blue, yellow, green on the Game Boy and the Nintendo Switch, and that was the oversight. But as I reiterated, I mean, March 27th, and I'm going to have a video on this, so subscribe, like, hit that bell, all of that to keep up to date with all the Pokemon news and stuff on my channel. I really appreciate it. But yeah, I think it's still going to happen, but yeah, maybe after March 27th. Once the 3DS store shuts down, they will release at least, I assume, a phased release, at least like the first generation on there. So maybe like April Fool's Day. But it's not a joke. So who knows? We'll continue to speculate about that. But anyways, guys, I hope you enjoyed watching this video, and take care.